Hello, welcome, good to see you again. So, another update for you, and one that's very, very exciting for me. My visa, which allows me to stay in Thailand, is coming to its conclusion. I had intended to stay here for a year, but they discontinued the startup program that I came to the country on, or the ability to renew the 6-month visa that you get with that. And so, at maximum, I was able to extend my stay to 10 months. So close, yet so far. Which means I have to choose where I'm going next, thus the title of this video, I'm going to Japan. I thought about this more and more and more, and I made this video before and I discussed it, and I was like, no, that's not quite right. Why am I going to Japan? The answer, when I drill down into it, it's that it's just the coolest, it's the funnest. I was thinking about it, really, I could go back to Canada, or I could go to Japan, or I could go to some maybe even more significantly affordable place. Really, it's just a choice of what I want to do. Why is that? Because it's the nature of what I'll be doing next. So we are still making great progress on the website. I'm increasingly with confidence saying that the second week of June is when we will have our official release to the public. And that will mean that for my time, as soon as I leave Thailand, I'm going to be spending it promoting the website. And we've got a whole bunch of different ways that we'd like to try and do that. But it meant that I just need to pick a base of operations to promote. And when I thought about it, yeah, Japan's just great. They have an incredible, people probably know this, but it's even better than Thailand in a basic sense, in that you can just go there and get 3 months, 3-month visa, no questions asked, as a tourist. That's amazing. Obviously, I'm just going to go for a month. I shouldn't say obviously, but I'm going to go for a month, so not the full 3. I'm going to make my stay, as I have friends that sort of, following the course of how I never really lived in one place while I was there, all my friends are quite all the way up and down the thing. So what I've decided to do is make my base of operations Kyoto again. Where I had left off, I'm going to return to, because I love this city so much. It is a great peaceful base of operations. You can find, this is a cool little detail, the place that I found for 1 month to rent it is this beautiful little 2-story humble home. That is about a station away from Kyoto Station, 2 stations away from where I used to live. It's a great location, 4-minute walk away from the station that I'll be next to. It cost 1,200 Canadian for me to stay there, and I was just speaking to a friend who lives in Vancouver yesterday, and we were talking about what are the chances of me finding a place that would be 1,200 in Canada. It'd be difficult. Now, of course, why I had to confront the fact it's probably not for price is that, I could go and live with my family, hunker down, and keep trying to promote the business. But I didn't want to impose on them, and I thought this would be a lot of fun. And it's not such an astronomical amount of money that it can't be still reasonable. So it was funny to me that you could live in the cultural capital of Japan for $1,200 a month, but it would be difficult to live on Vancouver Island, which many people don't know exist. It's just the cost of living in Canada is so murderously high. The prices are too high. So I'm going to start in Kyoto. I've got my friends there, some great friends, really loved ones, really. So I'll see them. I'm not sure, and I won't hold his feet to the fire, but I have a friend who has a home on the Sea of Japan, and it's this beautiful place with this, he lives not far away from this, onsen that, looks out over the water. So if I can twist his rubber arm, maybe he'll take me to go see that. That would be cool. That would be ideal. So we do that. I've got a great friend who, his name's Kei-san. He was the guy who got me involved with doing essentially modeling for a tour where he's promoting these really beautiful tours along these pilgrimage routes through Japan. Very unique experiences that are quite literally off the beaten path. You're going to do this unique pilgrimage. I had done some I was the white guy in the video that was enjoying the tour, and he's just a wonderful person. He traveled across China, over to Europe, by land. He did this crazy adventure. He was living in South America for a time. He speaks 3 languages. Kei-san's the GOAT. He's really cool, so I'm excited to see Kei-san. Really fascinating guy. A little bit older than me. Not too much, but a little bit. So see Kei-san. I've got, the other people I love there for privacy reasons. I don't know why I gave up Kei-san's name, but I won't say theirs. Then, of course, I got my friends in Tokyo, so I'm going to go do a trip up through Tokyo. And then where I'd spent time, so much time, 4 years in fact, I lived in Ibaraki, where I worked for the Board of Education there. I kind of have this tour where I'll go up there. I also worked, another part of the story where I finally got to be a licensed teacher. I worked at this private school, and so there's a couple of friends that I'll see as well. It's starting to rain. So I'll see them as well when I go up, and then finally in Ibaraki, my good friends who, as I say, I worked with them for 4 years. This is crazy. One of which, my good friend, people who watch the channel for years will be like, "Oh, handsome Dean." Dean is one of these people who I'm going to visit. He lives up in Ibaraki. He's got a great gig. He may soon be doing this cool thing now in Japan, which is like that, the constant integration and opening up and trying new things. They're allowing foreigners that are showing enough aptitude and have been in the country for long enough that you can actually convert from you can become an actual full-time hired employee, where this is a thing of quite a bit of contention for the fact that you have people who work at these boards of education and they will never be hired as a full-time employee. So they're constantly held at arm's length and told that you're not guaranteed your job, essentially. These people even have to keep reapplying and doing an interview every single year, even though they've been there for 10 years, which is a little bit absurd. And so that's changed now. I've had one of my friends who's gone in. He's a baller. He's an incredible teacher. He's done it, but now my friend Dean might do that. So Dean I met in the second year that I was in Japan. So first year in Japan, and then the second year he came and moved into the Leo Palace next to me. So I got to go up and see Dean, and it gives me this really great trajectory through the whole country, and I'm already thinking fondly on the amazing places that I will go. Having most recently lived in Kyoto, of course, that's chock-a-block with what I would, most easily access in my memory, just these insane restaurants. And it likely goes without saying, too, that, of course, the yen makes things quite affordable there. Now that I've also traveled a little bit more, I can also see just price performance I keep coming back to the food. It's just incredible in Japan. So that's going to be so nice. Going from Bangkok, where it's 37, feels like 45. I'll be going back to Kyoto, which is famously hot, but it's going to be something like 31 or 32. So I'm like, child's play. That's no problem at all. Now, I kind of told you about the tour I would do through, but I mentioned at first that I would be doing this advertising for the site. So just to keep a record for myself, the captain's log as we move along here, to list the things that we're going to try. And if you think you've got really good ideas for advertising, please let me know below. We're thinking first and foremost, it would be cool to do a referral program. That was one of the last pieces we built into the site, was that when you create your account, you can add a referral code, and that referral code is going to give you a starter pack in the store. So we're going to contact a list of people. I'm thinking YouTubers, anybody who's into AI, anybody who's into tabletop games. We got quite a crowd that we could contact, say, hey, here's an account, here's some free on-site currency, and if you give people this, referral code, then they'll benefit as well. Very cool. We were thinking that's one track to go down. And then I think you'd be a fool not to leverage short form ads currently, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram. So I think that we'll do that as well. I'd noticed when I looked at OpenAI, because that's the generative AI that we're using in our site, I noticed that you get the odd person who posts in their developer forums, and so I was thinking maybe that would be a great place to get some visibility if we could actually get noticed by OpenAI. I mean, God, maybe there's a reality that exists where they might provide some funding to try and encourage us, So I was thinking there that we'd write in that forum. Reddit is another good one as well. I know that Reddit and much of the world is having an existential crisis when it comes to AI, and I think rightly so. So there's a lot of negativity there, but I still think that you could find open-minded people in the right context that would be interested there. So perhaps Reddit as well. And those are what I'm considering so far. Especially because they'll actually, they'll take a little focus, like how do we do this ad, how do we do that ad, how do we do this? So I think that'll occupy time, but then I'm open-minded. Afterwards, I've never gone hard in the paint to promote a website like this before. I mean, I suppose other than my YouTube channel. But it's going to be the next new complete event horizon, total unknown, and that's what I'll be spending my time doing while I'm in Kyoto and traveling, up and down the country. Still in contact with my work compatriot Connor, and as well Caden, our designer. These guys they're crushing it. I'm so grateful for the incredible hard work that they put in and the results. Everything just looks really cool because of it. I should say, maybe I could have mentioned this sooner, so good on you if you made it this far through the video. One thing that I can do is I've now unlocked this next level of actually being able to talk about the website more directly, is that if you would like to go and check it out and see what this odd rambling is all about, what have I been doing for the last year or so, you can go to fantasai.app, www.fantasai.app, and although we are in a locked, closed beta right now, as we iron out a number of the details I've mentioned even in the previous video, you could still go there and just have a look through the landing page and be like, oh, this is what Dave is talking about. And I'll add on to that as a caveat that those who play tabletop RPG games or just enjoy RPG games, board games, lots of games. If you think of yourself as a gamer, then I would say that our site would be for you. Or if you're like interested in dabbling in it. So especially for those people, but maybe there are others who are just like, what is this? I'm curious. So you could check it out as well. I would have put that up. It's definitely down in the link. It's going to be on the screen here. We'll have all ways for you to access that. And I would appreciate it too, because this is me also just initially getting the word out. It has been amazing to be in Thailand. I'm so, life couldn't have been what it is. Now I think that it's impossible to have become who I am now without this, because it's been such a year. So much learned, so much done, so much to appreciate in the people around me who have really come through. The equal parts, as I've gone on this last year journey, is the reality of that you must do so much. It almost seems like you are responsible for everything, but then simultaneously your success, or at least mine, and this is wisdom I'll have to carry with me as I go through my life, it's the Arnold thing. It's like no man is an island. I can only succeed as a result of the incredible contributions of the other people around me, and I'll use that knowledge. I'll stay humble with that knowledge. I mean, it's been quite true for my life that for all my wonder and aspirations, that they usually exceed my grasp. So I do live, by the service of other people. So that's just a great thing, and to activate practice and attitude of gratitude, as they say, cheesy though it may be, is a good thing to do. So there it is. Things are advancing. We'll be in Japan in no short time at all, just another short 2 weeks or so, and the next chapter begins. Catch you later.